let's talk about Ubisoft.
Oh, no.
I just feel like we're doing a throwback to the old house. Keep on digging.
Yeah, we had this thing on WAN show. It's been a very long time where there was just, it felt like
every week.
6 months. Like, I don't know how long it was. It was a long time. Just every week, every other week at least, there was some terrible news out of Ubisoft, or they were doing something awful,
which was insane because that was also at like a fairly peak time for Ubisoft. That was like Assassin's Creed 4 and like all these like really big, like their games are doing well, but they were just doing really horrible things to their customers.
Or like the launch would be super buggy and they'd fix it later, but it was just like unnecessary floating eyeballs and stuff.
Yeah. That was like slightly later than what I was talking about, but definitely still during Keep On Digging.
Yeah. So we even made a shirt. It had a shovel on it. Nick Van Berkel designed it. That was back when just like we didn't have designers. We just had our video editors who had some familiarity with
multi-talented people.
Yeah, the Adobe suite. So anyway, all right, what's up with Ubisoft right now?
Ubisoft delayed its half-year earnings report, which is a really big deal for public companies, and requested halted trading until its release on Thursday, November. We're moving Dan. Stuff around. On Thursday, November 13th, the day Ubisoft was to release its half-year. Yeah, the day of crazy was to release its half-year 2025-2026 earnings report. The company instead announced a delay and requested a halt to the trading of its shares and bonds on Euronext. All right. Engadget says delays to earning reports may happen due to accounting issues, but speculates halting trading of the company's shares could portend major news, such as a sale or Ubisoft becoming a private entity again. Oh, interesting. Tencent recently took a 25% stake of new Ubisoft subsidiary Vantage Studios, which now manages the company's major titles like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow. Why would they do that? That's weird.
Because they want to own gaming?
No, why would Ubisoft split off their major titles into a sub-brand?
Because Ubisoft is f***ed.
Oh. So sink the bad ship, move everything else off and do a... Okay. All right. Makes sense. There was talk of Tencent taking Ubisoft private last year. Yikes. This follows contract buyouts for some employees of the company just last month.
This is the kind of like financial finagling that means that no matter how poorly managed a company is, once it's big enough, it almost feels like there's no consequences for the leadership because they can just make moves and then, keep shoveling money into the sacks of money that they sleep on, presumably. The individual developers will suffer in all of this, like sort of reorg, acquisition nonsense. But the actual, the leadership that put them in a position where they weren't profitable enough to just keep doing what they were doing in the first place, if anything, will probably benefit. I saw a comment go by about this, but I also had the thought, and I lost the comment, so I can't say the person's name. So sorry, but video game industry, Canada. Yikes. Oh, yeah.
EA is now purchased.
Yep.
Ubisoft is...
Well, let's see, but something...
Clearly something funky is happening.
Clearly something. Yeah. Star Eye says China, Ubisoft, and Saudi EA. Crazy times. Pretty much.
Yikes.
We should probably do sponsor spots at some point.
Here, this is... Ooh.
Or not. Carry on.
No, you can go for it. I was going to have a conversation about like the industries that you can get into in Canada and how that's like... I had a conversation on a recent trip about, I didn't realize Adreno, Radeon.
Yeah, wasn't it Imagion? Didn't they like acquire that IP or something from AMD?
And
hold on.
There was some speculation that they might have acquired some part of ATI.
Imagion. Previously, ATI Imagion was a series of media coprocessors. Hold on. Produced by ATI, later AMD. AMD later sold it to Qualcomm in 2009. Yeah.
So that's where Adreno comes from?
I actually didn't realize that was where Adreno came from.
I
thought Imagion was a cooler name, personally.
Imagion's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, Adreno comes from there. But ATI was Canadian, for the people that don't know. Yep. We also had Nortel.
BlackBerry.
A lot of
Rim.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, you used to be able to get a rim job in Canada, no problem. And now there are no rim jobs.
We even exported rim jobs. But yeah, a lot of our tech has been bought and moved away.
Yep.
Now our gaming industry is being bought and moved away.
Hundo P.
And it's like, what do you go to school for to get into industry for in Canada now? There is still a lot of stuff.
You get into medical care and then you move.
That is a space that is getting worse over time. And that's not good. And I hope we start doing things to start...
Float plane chat, you got to get your mind out of the gutter. Okay? It's a research in motion job.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Grow up.
What are they even talking about?
Grow up.
What is it, though?
I'm not going to tell you. Your virgin mind cannot. Virgin tongue.
Anyways, I'm sad about this. There have been... there are a lot of Ubisoft games that I've really loved over the years. Anno is fantastic. I've been a huge fan of the Assassin's Creed line. A bunch of the, especially...
I don't know how much credit Ubisoft can take for Anno.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
Yeah. Like that team's been around killing it since like the 90s.
And as far as I know, they're like kind of
Ubisoft,
isolated.
Yeah, Ubisoft just publishes for them as far as I can tell.
Oh, I didn't actually realize it was that separated. My bad.
Anno game.
I thought they were a thing within, but I've not like looked this up.
Apparently some Anno games have been developed by Ubisoft Blue Byte, German video game holding company owned by Ubisoft. It was founded in blah, blah, blah. So I thought they were just all Max Design.
I didn't realize there was even two. So I don't know.
Oh, no. Defunct 2004. Okay, yeah, it shows you what I know. I actually... okay, no. Wait, by Sunflowers in collaboration with related Max Design Camp. Based in Schladming. But company is best known for creating the Anno series. The company was closed down in 2004. Okay, yep. Shows you what I know then.
It's been a while. But anyways, they've made a lot of games that I have really loved. But the way the company has been run has always been highly questionable, hence the old keep on digging memes. The creation of Ubisoft Connect, or whatever the heck it's even called now, Uplay, was pretty whack. There's been a lot of things that have just been like not great. So I'm not surprised they're in a tough spot, but it sucks to lose even more Canadian industry. And I understand, like, it's not like EA just like deleted their offices in Canada or anything, but I wouldn't be surprised if the focus shifted.
Yeah, Anno's about as Ubisoft as it gets, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Developer for Anno 1800 is Ubisoft Blue Byte. Yep, so it's first party. Yep, sorry about that. Max Design only did the first two back in 1998 and 2002. Make sure to get that right for you guys.
I didn't play those ones. So yeah, I was honestly mostly sad.